Hi there, it's Jen, and I just wanted to start by saying how overwhelmingly grateful I am for the awesome response that my first process video had. You kids are awesome, and I'm just honored to think that anyone would want to watch my process videos. I love watching them, so I'm glad that there are people who want to watch mine. So I just wanted to, first of all, just say thank you to everyone who's watching. I am going to make my second layout with the October Heart It Races kit from Scraptastic, and I'm going to be using this photo of my nephew, which is very cute. And if you can tell, he has like these really expressive eyebrows, and he was all smiles and happy and looking at me, and then the moment you put up your phone, he gets all interested in what the phone is, so he gets this serious look on his face. So I'm going to do a page about that. And so I have pulled together some of the stuff I think I might use, but first of all I wanted to start by I'm going to make my own silhouette cut file with some script writing, brush script writing that I'm going to do, and so I thought it would be fun to show you how I do that. So I just have a piece of scratch paper here, and then I'm just going to use a little bit of black gouache, which is like a more opaque watercolor. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in my palette here, and then I will water it down a bit. And I'm using a big round brush, and I'm going to do the word serious. So I might take a few practices here, but and I think I'm going to be too big. Let's see. I'll just go back with a little bit more. Yeah, way too big. Okay, so now I know. But I want to do something like that, I think. Or I could do it a little bit looser. I'm going to do it a little smaller. And I'm using black because it's a high contrast color, and for the technique that I'm going to use, it needs to be high contrast. You can always up the contrast in Photoshop, which I'll do also, and I'll show you that. Okay, this one's looking better, except my S maybe. Okay, but you get the idea. So I'll go ahead and show you how I'm going to make this into a cut file now. So here I am in Silhouette Studio, and I'm just going to open up that file. I took a picture of the serious brush script file on my phone, and then I put it on uploaded it to my computer. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up that file. I decided to do it without even doing the whole contrast thing. Anyway, so I'm going to go to File, Open, and then you need to change the file type to all files because it will automatically go and want to open a .studio file. So I'm just going to go ahead and change it to all because what I have is a JPEG. And then I'll just go find my file. So here's the photo, and it's massive, so I'm just going to zoom out a little bit until I can see the whole thing, and then I'll just size it down so it fits onto my mat. And then I can zoom back out. So like I said, I didn't up the contrast in Photoshop, so I'm just going to show you how you can do it easily with just the file, just taking a photo with your phone of what you draw. So you go to the Trace window, and then you choose Select Trace Area, and then you just make it so the bounding box is around the word. And then you'll get this weird yellow file, and everything that's yellow is going to be included in the cut. So if I push trace now, if I move the photo away, you can see I've got this really jaggedy thing. I don't want that. What I want is the whole entire word. So let me just undo. Sorry, I bumped the mic there. Just undo, and then I'm going to unclick High Pass Filter,
and then you can see I've got much more included, but I'm still missing these parts on the outside edges. Now this wouldn't have happened if I would have used a Sharpie or something a little bit more opaque. There were lighter pieces to this this script that I did, so you can rectify that by upping the threshold, but if you up it too much it will include things you don't want. So just up it until it's pretty good, and then you can go ahead and click on trace. And then when I move the file aside, you can see that I've got my word. And it's not perfect. You can see that there are jaggedy edges and stuff, but that's fine with me. So I'm just going to go ahead, let me zoom in so you can see it a little. There are two little things that I want to get rid of. So there is, well, you can see the jaggedy edges, which, like I said, I'm fine with. But what I want to get rid of is this little dot right here on the S, and then there's a little dot below the I. So I want to get rid of those. So what I'm going to do is click on the file, right click, and do Release Compound Path. And then I can click on those individual pieces and delete them. And then, because I released the compound path, everything is separate now, so like the E and the O and the I won't be connected to the word. So I'm just going to select it all and click on Group. And then I'm ready to cut it. So I'll just size this down a bit, and then I'll go ahead and cut it on my silhouette. So it's really pretty easy to do, and I've done this several times. So this is kind of like the cheater's way to making your own cut files for yourself. Okay, so here we go, and you can see here's the original, and then that's the cut file. And I just used the dark gray cardstock that came in the add-on for the Hard Erases kit. And you just saw my paper trimmer that I normally use, the Fiskars one. I had to go get it because the other one was bugging me. So I'm thinking about this Chamel paper for my background. I generally use white cardstock for a background, so this is a little bit different for me if I use this as a background. And I'm going to have the title be Serious Eyes. So I'm going to use these little mustard stickers from Chickanitty, the alphabet stickers. And then I decide that that red was too busy and too dark for me. So I'm thinking about using this, is this a Chamel paper too? I think so. Yes, I'm using this other Chamel paper as part of my background, but I'm going to mount it on one of the yellow pieces of cardstock that came in the main kit. And I like that a lot, actually, which is weird because, like I said, I usually use a white background. So. And then I'm going to just cut a piece of that reddish-orange Chamel paper for a strip on the bottom. And I really like the way that looks together. And it kind of matches, he's got like an orange something on his shirt, so it works. And then I'm going to use the little branding strip that says, I love being with you, to bring in a little bit of blue, and then to tie those two papers together. I like to do that when I'm using two different papers, to put a little strip of something else to kind of bring them together. So here I am looking at the Teresa Collins stickers to see what I might be able to include on my page, and I'm going to use this one with the arrows. And I'm just using my EK Success powder tool to take off the sticky because we know I'm indecisive. And then I found this little charming thing, and if there's anything about this little kid, it's that he's charming. Ask my husband, I am obsessed with this little boy. It's my baby sister's baby, and I don't know if that's why, but this boy means the world to me. I love him more than I've loved anyone since I had my own daughter. So anyway, that's besides the point. He is charming, so I'm going to use that little sticker. And then here I am using some of the cut files from the This Life Noted kit from Scraptastic for October, and I cut them out on Silhouette adhesive backed corrugated paper, and I love that texture. So I'm just going to use some of these scribbly circles. And I'm trying to, I like to do things in threes. I'm a big fan of the visual triangle, so I'm trying to figure out a way to get another bit of that in a third spot on my layout. And I'll end up moving things around a bit more. So here I am just going through. I decided, since I've got the blue at the bottom, that I need a little bit more blue on top as well. And so I'm just going through the papers from the kit to see what I could maybe add. And then I decide to pull out all of the embellishments and see what I can find in there. So there's this little blue label, but I decide that's not what I want. And then I pull out that You Shine star again, but again, that's not going to work for me. And then this little harvest, I think it says harvest time on that die cut, that's blue, and it has like the pumpkin and the corn on it and stuff. I kind of just knew I wasn't going to use that. It's cute, but it's just not something I'll use, so I decided to just use it as a little tab at the top, and that works nicely. And then I'm just pulling out my the printables from the This Life Noted kit to see if any of those will work. And then these are the Fancy Pants stickers, and I thought maybe some of those would work, but I end up putting them back. Actually, I end up using that smile circle. That's a lie. I think it says You Make Me Smile. And I like the gray in it. It just adds a nice color, I think. And then those little hearts came from the Teresa Collins rub-ons, which are such pretty colors. I can't get over the colors in this kit. I thought about using that wood veneer fox, and I didn't, but I kind of wish I would have. It was really cute. But I do end up putting on some of the cork and wood veneer stars. So at this point, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to matte my photo. I kind of feel like it needs something, but at the same time, I don't know. So I'm going to see my last layout. I matted the photo on 2 of the Chamel cut-aparts, and I tried to do it again here, and it just doesn't end up working out. So here I am cutting off that tag so I can use it as a tab at the top, and then I push everything aside so I can glue everything down, because it's getting to that point where it just needs to happen. I need to shiz or get off the pot. Anyway, so I'm just gluing everything down. And one of these papers was a little bit wider than the others, which is fine. I'll just trim off the edges, but I guess nothing's really truly 12 by 12, is it? I don't know. So here I go, placing everything back down and deciding where I'm going to put my photo exactly. And I'm thinking I want that serious die cut to overlap the photo just slightly. I like to overlap things because it makes everything feel cohesive and to feel like it's connected and that it belongs. So I really like when anytime I can make something touch another layer or cross over onto the others, I like to do that. So here I am just placing those die cuts and things and the stickers that I placed on earlier, and I'm going to use some of that thin foam adhesive to put down that little love starburst kind of thing. And I'm kind of trying to cover up that little white thing on the photo that is on his car seat. And I like how the scribbles kind of frame that. And then I'm going to put these arrows on with some foam tape as well, just to give them a little pop. And that, like I said, this 3D foam tape is really thin, and so it just gives just a little bit of dimension. It's not crazy out of control popping off your page. But so here I go to glue down that serious die cut, and I'm using my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive, and I'm just putting it mostly in the middle. I kind of want the outside edges to have just kind of flop up a little, I guess. And then I just moved those arrows over because I want to put that smile circle sticker on the edge of it, and I want it to touch the photo as well. So I mentioned before that I like it when I can overlap the layers to make them feel connected. And then here I go placing that charming, and I'm going to slide it beneath those seriously. Again, just trying to overlap my layers. And then that eyes, I'll put those letter stickers, just nestle them right next to where that S dips down there. So I really am a big proponent for when I can nestle things in or overlap or make layers touch without making it feel too busy. Then I decide that rather than putting that other circle, what is it, cork shape, over to the left more, I'm going to stick it just to the left of the photo and kind of make a little cluster with that circle sticker. And then I'm going back to my Teresa Collins stickers to see if there's anything else that might work. I cut that little love piece to put above the smile as another little circle, but I just didn't like the way it looked. I thought about putting that top notch, and as I looked at it just now, it looked pretty good, but I didn't end up doing that. So I'm thinking I might put just a little cluster of stars around it, and then I can make a cluster at the top as well. And I thought I was going to use that star printable from the This Life Noted kit, but I end up not using it. It was kind of a brighter blue, and I don't think it looked bad. I just decided I would rather just be cohesive and use just the cork and the wood stars just like I do on the top. Again, I just pulled out more of those stars to see if they would work, but they didn't end up working. So there's a little green heart on that rub-on up at the top right, and I kind of want to bring in a little bit more green. And I am so glad I did, because I love the way the little pop of green ends up looking. So I'm going to put that Oh Hey printable. Seriously, these printables that we get now with the Scraptastic kits just open up kind of a new world. Like, not a new world. I'm being a little overly dramatic, but it's just cool because that's just one more thing that we have to work with and play with. And I've been using them a ton. I really, really like them. So I end up, like I said, I like to do things in threes. And so my visual triangle is going to be that little green star up at the top, the Oh Hey down at the bottom left, and then that little green arrow right below the eyes, which is a rub-on as well. And then I'm just trying to find something that can go up next to that, the little tab at the top left, and I'm having a hard time figuring out what I want. So I decided to just glue down the stars for now while I'm trying to figure it out. And again, I'm using my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive for that. I really love that green. So cute. These are colors that I just don't normally work with, so I've been having fun with it. So I took this over to my sewing machine and I just sewed along the top and the bottom, and then along that middle strip as well, just a straight line across, just in white thread. So I'm just adhering the threads to the back with washi tape and then trimming off the excess. And I'm just going to glue that seriously down a little bit better. I really thought I found that I think it was from the cut apart sheet that this exclusive cut apart sheet, that little blue tab that said I really love this or something like that, and I forgot that I was going to use it, and then I was like, oh man, this is so cute, I want to use it, but then I had that blue tab there already and it wasn't coming up, and I just decided not to worry about it. I thought I might need some stars up in that top right cluster, but I don't, so I put them away. And so here I am just gluing the stars down at the top. I waited to glue these ones down because I knew I wanted to stitch. And I'm thinking I'm about done, but then I decide that I'm going to put some Mr. Huey's in warm calico. And I'm using that brush that I used for the brush script at the beginning. It does nice big droplets just to the bottom right and the top left. And I like the way that looks. I love black splatters. These aren't quite black, but they're pretty dark. And then I decide to add that little love up to the top. So I'm glad that ended up working out somewhere. And then I just grabbed this little orangey red happy sticker from the Fancy Pants stickers that came in the kit. And I think that pretty much finishes it off. I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling now, and I'm just writing what I told you at the beginning, just that he was all smiles, and then I put my phone up and he got all serious and he just wanted to examine the camera, or the phone, and so he got his serious face on. So that's just what I'm writing, and I'm using a gray Le Pen. I've been wanting to try the new Chamel gray pen, but I don't have it, so I use the one I have, and it's a nice color. I like it. And then I'm going to use my Heidi Swap roller date stamp to just put the date on, and I'm using slate ink from Close to My Heart. And then here you can see, here's a little bit of a close-up of some of the details of the layout. And thank you so much for watching, and here are the close-up pictures. I had to shoot the pictures with my iPhone because my husband has my real camera in his trunk and he's not home, so I apologize for that, but thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye!